Act 2.
How did Call?
Oh, okay. Why is it being weird? The original Call of Duty Champions documentary, bro. This is one I actually wanted to watch. Because, if you guys remember when COD Champs just happened, well, CDL, you know, whatever they want to call it now. But this was promoted and talked about. Doug was talking about this with the CDL when Optic won. And this is from all the OGs, bro. This is all the OGs. And yeah. 2008 to 2011, bro. MLG, baby. This was my time. And I'm excited.
Call of Duty really become a thing? I think you have to think game battles. There was a website called SOCOM Battles, which was a PlayStation game, and that was one of the first online tournament systems or online leaderboards.
Yeah. SOCOM Battles had become game battles.
I played SOCOM, just not SOCOM Battles.
And they added Call of Duty 2 as a game on there. And then you would just kind of play matches versus other clans.
And as we started to see Call of Duty gain more and more players, those tournaments were filling up even more quickly than the SOCOM events.
There were maybe about 30 or 40 active teams with maybe like 250 teams signed up. Hit that our game battles ladder went from having a couple hundred teams to having 40,000 teams.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
So COD 4 drops, and I was watching all the Halo guys straight off USA Network.
And final boss takes the game. MLG Pro Circuit champions, $100,000 richer.
Esports had gotten like bigger and bigger. Halo was like kind of paving the way, and you could tell like Call of Duty was sort of like going in that direction.
And we knew that
Halo was big
Halo
back
was the big
then,
show at our big LAN events, this Call of Duty thing, we should start to grow a community for it on this website. There's a lot of appetite for it. There's going to be a lot of people invested in it if we keep putting resources behind it.
And then
I never played a lot of game battles, but I did play game battles back in the day. And oh, I wish I could go back.
And MLG was like, yeah, sure. We're going to give you guys an online PCL ladder.
So we called them PCLs, stands for Pro Circuit Ladder.
And that was like the biggest moment ever because you could actually be an MLG pro player.
Now, get ready for the next round.
So these online PCLs were these little mini seasons, and we had 3 of them that would lead up to a national championship.
When they did PCL 1, PCL 2, we won PCL 3. So that's when I thought we were really going into something. They announced Vegas as this first big tournament.
Played live at the actual Major League Gaming National Championship.
Let's put up $10,000, $15,000 for a national championship, invite them out to LAN.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, my name is Robert Assassin Walsh.
I am Fear Moho, and I was the leader and captain of Team Fear.
I used to play Call of Duty professionally, and that's what I used to do back in the day.
We're back, 2008 National Championships. Now, we had an online circuit this season for a game called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and they are playing here for the first time ever live in an MLG venue.
Call of Duty 4, once that game started, I pretty much joined Fear, and the first 9 months of that game, we won literally every online tournament we played.
What a time, man.
But if you want to talk about teams, Envious is obviously the heavily favored team going into this.
Look at all these teams, oh my gosh,
Head
dude.
Trauma was there with Buck.
My team was.
I remember when people used to make fun of me back then, saying, "Oh, gaming ain't gonna be shit, nothing like that. You can never make money doing that."
TBRE.
But Fear has played multiple games throughout the years.
You can't think of Call of Duty 4 without thinking of Team Fear. Moho, Assassin, Pac-Man, Choppy.
They're one of the most experienced teams here. Out of even all the Halo teams, they've been playing forever.
If anything, I'd say Assassin was the best S&D player at that tournament, in my opinion.
Choppy was insane with the sniper, man.
I think he was the best player in the game. He just didn't miss.
It was Crash S&D, and Choppy actually had the sniper rifle.
He was the only person that would pull the sniper out in S&D. Everybody else was terrified to do it.
And he was sitting all the way back of our spawn. I believe 4-player Truly Blessed, he pushed up to the middle helicopter, and I think Choppy sniped him right through the helicopter.
Such good editing, bro.
Wall banged him.
There's a picture of us holding the check on the stage, like, that's when it hit. That's when You know, like this is, you know, this could be a future. If they're inviting us on the stage to hold up the check and stuff like that with the Halo players, we knew it was real, man. Like it was just a really good time. We were ecstatic.
Just the feeling you get from just being the best in the game you play every day, it's just nothing can really top that.
Winning the national championship in Vegas was definitely, it was a highlight of, I mean, you can go on and win other tournaments, but winning that was huge for us because we were on the front page of Infinity Ward. I had a different thought process back then. I always saw the future. I always saw like how to be bigger because I saw Halo. You know, I saw
look at that old fear ring.
To see where it is now, you know, compared to what we had to do, it's incredible.
That's so cool.
In 2008, me and Big Timer played a lot of game battles matches together and watched Team Fear, the 2008 champions, win their tournament in Vegas. And we saw that and we're like, dude,
Big
what are we
Timer's
doing?
still posting though. He's still playing.
So in 2009, me and Big
arguably one of the best BO2 players of all time.
Timer started a team called Extravagant Icons. We had multiple different teammates through the year. We did a team with Nameless. Shout out to my man Nameless.
And then you go into the second year and you get this like next wave of talent. Modi became very, very good. Sharp, unbelievable player. We had another guy named Halifax, kind of an OG. He's kind of an urban legend.
Oh yeah, that season definitely Sharp and Proofy. Those are the two players that stood out the most that year.
We're jumping on board with
I love
Proofy.
hearing
He's
these
been
old
going
names,
off
bro.
all match long. He is the most dangerous, the most talented player in the game.
Best team was Extravagant.
Wheats was a player in our team who was also a legend, but he couldn't go to the event.
So I ran games with Rambo, Big Timer, and Dodgers, and we worked pretty well. We meshed, and then later Envy was like, hit me up with a team offer, and I remember turning down that. I was just being loyal. I went to the event with Extravagant.
Here, guys, this is MLG Event Nationals Call of Duty 4.
Dude, I wish I could have went to this.
To you from the hot live Anaheim, California.
Call of Duty 4 Nationals, 2009 Nationals, was pretty awesome. It was actually at the legendary Anaheim Convention Center, which I think I can speak for everybody. It's everybody's favorite event, pretty much.
At the start of the day, which was the coolest thing ever, we were told that the finals was going to be held on the main stage, which is like the church of gaming is the MLG main stage.
And after doing our Halo championship match, all of my energy was gone, but we had to get Call of Duty on the stage. For the first time ever, I was watching
how many people started off way back then, too. Like, when they're talking about the Halo championships and shit, bro, Ninja was there.
And guys, now we're going right back, it looks like, to Overgrown for Search and Destroy.
That's crazy,
And here we go, guys. It can all come down to this round. If Extravagant wins it, they will walk away as your last and final champions in Call of Duty. So
Sharp is looking hot right now. I think that was just his 10th kill he grabbed there, Bucket.
And Sidrock's taking down. Hastro's the last guy alive for Envious. Their tournament hopes ride with him.
And he's gone.
That's it.
Well, there we go. Extravagant Icons, your Call of Duty 4 national champions.
Great.
Winning COD 4 National Championship in 2009 was really kind of like the start of my professional career.
$2,000 back then, you know, was a lot for a 15-year-old. I think our prize was $8,000. We got to split it 4 ways.
We were playing for money before. We were kind of making a little bit, but like that was when really you got the feel for something special was kind of starting. Not only for me and my team, but also just for the scene. It started like it was basically like the start of kind of what felt like was going to ramp up into something bigger.
See, I wasn't really around in this time to like
Modern Warfare 2.
watch this necessarily. Like I watched the guys.
Modern Warfare
like,
2 comes out, and man, the community just started booming.
On game battles alone, there's more Modern Warfare 2 matches played daily than Gears of War and Halo combined.
Not only was Call of Duty Esports doing good at the time, we had all the snipers coming in. People started making a bunch of YouTube videos. Call of Duty was like a cultural sensation.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Hello, everyone.
Oh my
I think the
gosh.
biggest thing for me from MW2 is like that's when like live streaming matches started becoming a thing.
Fwiz and Hastro, they decided, hey, can we start doing some online broadcasts?
Welcome back to Game Battles Live.
I'm your host, Fwiz, and alongside me is Hastro this evening.
And it kind of just started blowing everything up because everyone was like, it's just like a traditional sport. Like I can watch someone, there's people talking over it, and then you're watching the best people go and play it.
My team, I was on
J-Cap.
Extravagant. It was me,
J-Cap
Rambo,
is clueless.
and
Sid Rock.
You can't have him and Proof on the same team.
Online Pro Circuit #2 champions without ever dropping a game, Hastro.
I tipped myself on that. We were like 21-0 map count. Insane. And then we went from there into the national championship.
Welcome to Dallas, Texas for our national championships. Modern Warfare 2, their national championships will be taking place on Sunday with my boys Fwiz and Hastro broadcasting.
I mean, at the top, like the teams that come to mind, you had Envy.
It was AOX.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Extravagant
Play,
being
bro.
strong.
Those were kind of
Big
like
timer,
the big dogs at
J-Cap,
the time.
Rambo, Ray,
Optic had a
bro.
team there.
Work, flawless. Oh, Nate, dude.
Influence was always like pretty strong, but I felt like Extravagant was probably more of a favor than Influence was at the time.
They had tournaments prior, right? So yeah, but nothing to where I would have thought that team would win.
So these guys are a young team, not very experienced with Pro Circuit play, but they have certainly proven themselves.
Go, baby! I got nervous. I'll admit it. I don't know if I've ever admitted it on camera. I got nervous as hell. I was like 16 years old, playing in person.
Yeah, bro, I'd be nervous too.
Third place, whereas we were like the heavy favorites going in, so.
Call of Duty Black Ops was the
My
best
boy,
Call of Duty for competitive Call of Duty in terms of everything being on an equal playing field.
Just like Counter-Strike is really based off of very few weapons in the game.
I love Doug.
We're all using the same gun, the FAMAS.
So it was 8 FAMASs at basically all times.
Another point for Flash
Yep.
Patty.
The old one, dude.
Comes up, hip fires, able
Now
to
these I did watch.
Pick it up, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is played fun, 8 domination.
Yep.
This is J-Cap at its finest.
And Black Ops 1 was going to be the first year for Call of Duty where all the events were going to be on land.
I think it was everything for the Call of Duty community because we had always been in like Halo's shadow, I think, a little bit. We always wanted what Halo
This is
had.
when
I feel
this
really
is when
stoked that
Call of Duty
Black
went
Ops
past
is on the
Halo.
circuit. The fact that we were finally
Fuck you, Vondi.
able to get here is a really
Nah, I
big
love
deal.
Vondi.
I don't think it can be stated enough like how
But
big
anytime I die in a
that
game,
moment was
it
when
is
got
his fault.
picked up on the scene.
So this is what it all comes down to. Our 6th event, the national championship.
The heavy hitters were Ace's team Leverage and then
NVS and I would say Optic Gaming. I think those were like the big 3 that everyone was always looking at. I would just kind of sit there and watch everything every day. I would watch every scrim of every player of every team, and then we went into the national championship and the team kind of like wrote themselves off. Like we all kind of just accepted where we were, and I think it was very positive for us to kind of implode.
We saw the bracket and we felt like the bracket was like impossible for us. I think it was like we had to play Fear, and then we had to play Leverage, and then we had to play Optic.
So to them, I mean, it was about pride. I mean, we talk about this all the time in esports. Pride was the leveraging factor. You play to win. You play because you care about it. You want to be the
The
best.
hero of next round, the hero of once again. He managed to take one guy out. He takes
What a crazy time, bro.
Let's go!
Bro, look at Doug back then. Just a little guy.
It felt like the best feeling in the world. I still to this day feel like it's the best feeling I've ever had in my life. Was winning the national championship at 17 because the sacrifices that went into it, it was a lot of sacrifices.
I don't know, to me it was never about winning, it was always about having fun. And that's what it's always been to me, like games, sports, anything is just about having fun, so yeah.
We had such a great team that year, and Mutation was the best Slayer in the game, and Virus was the MVP, and Vedrich was like the guy who put us on, so it just felt really good to do it with the day ones, the team that we started with.
We can all do our best to try to remember some of the craziest moments and the best times and the legacies and all that stuff. But sometimes it does take some type of like physical representation. Shout out to Censor on going out of his way to make sure that all the guys got their own championship rings, because it's moments like those are the things that you put on your desk or put on your wall that you're going to be able to remember forever, and it's something you can always look to.
If you look at the prize pools, like it wasn't really about the money, it was just about the pride.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to what it is now,
winning
man.
And being the best.
But these guys walked so everybody now can run, bro. And oh, I love it.
So those national championships paved the way.
Yeah.
For
100%.
COD championships,
A lot of years. I mean, this is what
wouldn't be what it is now without these guys.
Been through a lot before that with my health, and then been through a lot since then with obviously different job roles, teams. It's obviously not easy to compete on a day in, day out. A lot of stress, a lot of happiness, a lot of highs and lows. But getting this piece definitely reminds me of what it means to do what we do and be in this state that we are with something great like video games and making a living off this. And
he's been able to get a spot.
What a
getting
time,
to do what
man.
I love every day and the passion. It's very, very cool. So thank you for everyone for making this happen and growing this scene to what it is today.
Dude, it's making me emotional. Just seeing it. I love it. I love it. Thing is, I talk so much shit about Call of Duty, but I love it. I love it, man. No matter how much shit I talk about it, at the end of the day, I love it. And I always will.